All right, so doing the suspension, it's a little bit of maintenance on this car. So first off, I have removed the 12 millimeter right over here. Just take it out, put a crescent on top, socket on the bottom, and just loosen it up. And then take the 17 right here. As you can see, I gave a good whack over here with my mallet. Right over here, I just give it a good whack. Eventually this thing will pop out. There you go. And then loosen this nut. Now just loosen it like that. Just, you don't have to go all the way back. Just give it a little bit of room for you to remove this. And then on this one, you're gonna count how many turns, okay? So you go, when you take your outer tie rod, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 16 and a half turn. So 16 and a half turn for this tie rod. I'm gonna remove these bushings over here. As you can see, it's pretty worn. It's not terribly bad. Ooh, that sucker is going down. It's not terribly bad, but it's pretty worn. Seen its days. So take this out, and then we're gonna, I think the inner tie rod is good. It's still really stiff, so we're not gonna replace that. Look at that. So I thought my inner tie rod is funky, but it's not, since I got the car used, of course. Actually, is there any little play? Yeah, I think that's still stiff. So we're not gonna replace, huh? Should I replace it? Oh, we'll see. And then we'll put all the new ones in. All right. So for the newer one, it came with a with a nipple to put a grease if you ever run out of grease, but I think this is already pure grease. I don't want to put more grease on it, but you can if you want to. Let's put everything back. It's so easy and simple. I'm gonna be doing also the other ball joint because it comes with it. So let's do this real quick and put a 15 and a half turn, almost 16 on this guy. Okay, and they're both the same as the other one, so same length, same everything. All right, everyone, so it's very simple to do. Just put everything back. I don't have I didn't jack the car in the middle, so it's easier to put this on, but I just kind of push this up so I can slide the bolt in. All right, so we're gonna remove the lower ball joint. So first thing you need to do is remove the 17 millimeter behind this caliper. There are 2 of them. And then you can actually take this off, and then you can make sure you secure your brakes. Don't let it dangle. You can take it off or hang it over here somewhere if you have one of those hangers. And take out the castle nut underneath the bottom. This is a 19 millimeter. Oh, before that, you got to take out the cotter pin. Don't reuse the cotter pin once you remove it. And then these 2 screws over here, just kind of punch it, and then comes off. And this comes off. All right. And then this one, I marked it so I know where to torque it, but I forgot what the spec of the torque on this, but I'll look it up in a little bit. Make sure you punch that out with a flat head. I think that's about it for now until we will, and then remove this. I'm gonna have to take this back again. That way we can swing it over. That's it so far. Let's take this out. It's a 32. Oh, I got the wrong one. This is a 32 millimeter. I'll be right back and get the 32. All right, next up is take the 210 and a 17 and give this corner a good pounding. That way you don't damage your boot. Just pound it right over here, and that should pop off. And this one still is good. It has a crack, but it doesn't have a lot of play. Man, I'm gonna have to change that. So there is that lower ball joint we're trying to after. I'm gonna try to use a ball joint separator, or I'm just gonna pound this corner right here to see if it pops out. Hopefully it pops out so I don't have to take out some of my tools. Let's see here. All right, fellas and ladies. Usually my pounding works, but this time it didn't. So I used my ball joint separator. I guess the pounding kind of helped because it came out really smooth. Anyway, there it is. So let's unscrew that bottom. There it is. All right, so as you can see, it's already busted. Ooh, it's kind of grumbly. Anyway, we're gonna take out that pin. I mean this ring over here. Let's go get our snap pliers. And ooh, this thing is very gooey. I don't know why I'm touching it, but anyway, it's still okay, but I can move it with my hand. It spins all the time. So that's a sign of wear and tear. Let's clean that up and then we'll put everything back. But first, let's extract this by pounding it more. I'll be right back. Now for every work that you do, I mean, it's always helpful to get one of this snap ring and just pop it out and slide it down here. So I'm gonna have to pound this. Maybe I'll use my, we'll see. I have a extractor for this. Let's see if I can pound it right now with a hammer. I'll be right back. All right, so to remove the ball joint, the little ball joint, I got one of this 21 and I put it right over here. You know, so it sits like this, and just pound it from the top. Just keep pounding and pounding and pounding, and that should pop off. So it did pop off with my little trusty hammer. I have to use my other puller. So let's put the new one back on. I might use my press, but we'll see if I'm gonna be using my press. So let's get it going. All right, so to put back the ball joint, you're gonna need one of these or a press. I have a press, but it's very tough to get this angle over here for the press to calm down, because all these little grooves. Excuse me. So you're gonna need one of these for sure. So luckily I had one laying around in the backyard and it's very useful. Now, to put back the old one, I took out the rubber boot because it's actually touching this. What is wrong with my throat? Hold up. It's actually touching the rubber boot around it. It's actually touching the hole. Anyway, I took it out because I don't want to tear it apart. It's always good to put back the snap ring without the boot, because I don't want you guys to tear apart your boot. And that's the whole reason why we're changing it, is because there's a torn boot and now worn out a little bit. But anyway, take it out and put the snap ring back. It's always better to put it with the snap ring pliers. It's easier. And add a little bit of grease on it with the trusty grease gun. And then let's put everything back on this side and just push it back in and climb it back. I'm gonna need my two hands. So everything is on. Make sure when you put back the ring, make sure it's you kind of grease it up so it's slippery, that you're not gonna tear up the boot. Use a plastic piece to just wrap around it. Anyway, let's put everything back. Now we have to put everything back to that piece over there. And I'm gonna need my two hands once again. I'm gonna buy a tripod next time. So anyway, actually I did, but my son broke it. Let's put this mess back in. All right, everyone, it is done. The bolts here are tighten the bolt. The bolts here are tighten, and the one on the bottom with the cotter pin. So this thing, you don't need to really tighten it because you don't want to get that stuck one day soon, okay? So just hand tight, like nice enough. So I made a marking on this, and then I just put it back the way it was. As you can see, both of my markings, and I punched it. It looks the same as where I took it off. Anyway, guys, that's about it. That's how you remove your ball joint. on the lower ball joint. It's also, I wanted to add, it's also you know, useful to get one of these. I don't think you can put it back without this. And then maybe this one, or the other one that, you know, pushes them up, but this one is easier for me. Anyway, yeah, this is really useful. If you don't have it, go rent it at any auto parts store. They actually rent it out, but luckily I own one from my old job. Anyway guys, I think that's it. I'm gonna put everything back. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that helps you on how to you know, not upgrade, but it's just the maintenance, routine maintenance, suspension maintenance, I should say. Hold on a second, copter is passing by. Yeah, so it's fairly easy to do. It's not so hard. It's just, you know, having your tools ready, and that way it can you know, be easy as it goes. Anyway, put back my rim. I'm gonna go test drive, get the car alignment, since I've changed a lot of stuff on this car, and hopefully no more shaking. My wheel bearing is good, so that's not a problem in there, and it's pretty stiff now. So if you guys get that wheel shake, check your balance, tire balance, and all your suspension component. Make sure nothing is worn out or leaking. I got one more right here. I'm probably gonna replace this upper control arm. It looks like there's a leak on it, but that's gonna be another day to order the part. Unfortunately, I didn't see that one because I'm always looking down here. I wasn't expecting the one on the top. So please subscribe. I hope you know, it helps you, and thanks for hanging out with me. Thumbs up if you can. As always, help me out on my channel, and until next time, catch you on my next video. Peace. Bye.